Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Hannah from Singing Hin. I'm a singing teacher and I also teach guitar and ukulele, and I play Northumbrian pipes and various other bits and pieces. If you've been watching my channel a lot, you'll know that every month I try and choose a different theme and talk around it. So it's Christmas time. Whether you like it or loathe it, it is. It's very much the time of choral music and carols, which are quite often in part harmony. So it's also, I think it's the 12th of this month, is also National Choral Day. So I thought we'd take a look at choral music and harmony singing generally. So harmonies are when you are singing two different lines they're going in different places, but quite often they're creating a chord sound. So a chord would be something I play on a guitar, which is lots of notes, but they're actually usually just the same three notes repeated, and those three notes are the main three notes of a chord. So quite often when you're singing in harmony, you will be singing not potentially chord, 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 but you'll be singing a chord to begin with. One part will have one note, one part will have another note, one part another, and then you'll be moving through, and there'll be different stepping stones in between, and you'll be moving to another chord. And some of those will work wonderfully together, and some of those will be like, oh, just pulling ever so slightly apart. And that's what makes it so wonderful. And harmony singing, as its essence, is when no one part is louder than the other. So the whole point of when you sing in a choir, the whole point is that you're not singing a solo. You shouldn't be heard any more above anybody else. It should all blend into one sound. Unless you're singing in the classical genre, you do not have to worry about whether you're a soprano or an alto, because that is very much part of the structure of classical music. And it was to do with, and it still is, to do with being able to sing in a certain placement to get that classical sound, and more importantly, to get that classical projection, I suppose. So for me, if I was singing within a choral group, I would probably sing an alto part, because I'm very strong nowadays in my lower voice. I can sing those top sopranos, and they are reasonably strong, but if I went to the very, very top notes of a top soprano, they might not be wonderfully strong. So if I was singing within the classical genre, I would classify myself as an alto. But because I don't sing in the classical genre, I am not an alto, I am what I am. And I sing from this range to this range, and I know my range. So you have the soprano, the alto, the tenor, and the bass. Now, in traditional mixed choirs, the soprano and the alto are the female voices, and the tenor and the bass are the male voices. However, obviously, if you're working in a male voice choir, or if it's some of the boys' choirs from Winchester or such, some of the cathedral choirs, that's going to be all male within that, and some of the younger males will be taking those higher notes. But the thing that within the classical genre, what happens is generally a soprano will have a certain range. She will be expected to go to a certain note and to a certain note, and her lines will be written within those notes. An alto will have a certain range, and her notes, her songs will be written within that range. And the same for a tenor, and the same for bass. And tenors and altos quite often overlap each other quite a lot. It's just that an altos will be a female voice quite often, and the tenor will be a male voice quite often. And then the bass will be here. And they don't lap onto each other like this, they will overlap a lot. That's a guideline, and certainly with choral music you might be expected to go a little bit lower, or you might stay a lot lower. But that's how it works for the soloists as well. So that's a really, really, really quick overview of harmonies, how that works within choral music, the idea of soprano, alto, tenor, bass, what that means, and how you can use that for yourself if you're in a choir. If you have any other questions about that and your specific voice, and you want to understand more where you should sit and why things are hurting, or if you can avoid things hurting, then get in touch. That's absolutely what I'm here for, and I can help you work your way through that and get more out of your choir visits. So get yourself Christmas shopping, and I'll see you later on. Take care until then. Bye.